What's up, Jorio here, and today I wanted to provide a guide for combos in Naraka. I don't really see any combo guides on YouTube, so I thought, why not? First off, I won't be covering any character-specific, latency-specific, or glitch combos. These will come in a later video, but for now I just want to cover the main, most practical combos. The first thing you need to know is that Naraka combos are very simple and nearly all of them start from the same mechanic, the uppercut slash. You can do this by crouching and immediately pressing the vertical attack button. This will launch the enemy and you into the air. Because you're also airborne, which limits your options, you can usually only get a single vertical or single horizontal strike as a follow-up. So choosing which one does the most damage is usually the best option. This is the maximum amount of aerial damage you do on most weapons in the game, but some weapons and characters have more complex combos, like the spear and katana. The last thing you need to know is the short hop. The longer you hold down the button, the higher you jump. So short hopping is basically just tapping the jump button for the shortest amount of time possible. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it. The spear has a few combo routes. Hitting someone with either a horizontal or vertical strike will net you a short hop horizontal strike. Both of these do pretty solid damage and set you up for pressure. If you hit with the vertical strike or right click first, your opponent suffers from just enough hit stun for you to get an uppercut, which leads into a normal horizontal into vertical follow-up. If you try to do this with a horizontal attack, your opponent has enough time to dodge away. The katana has a fairly simple ground combo of horizontal into jumping horizontal strike. For air combos, the left click or horizontal strike has enough hit stun to allow for an uppercut follow-up into your choice of strike. This time, the vertical strike does not hit stun the opponent long enough to launch. The katana has two advanced combos of varying practicality. First is the juggle combo. The juggle combo is when you uppercut and do the horizontal strike right before you hit the ground. You can't be locked on, and you need to be holding forward while you're doing the strike, or you turn around mid-animation. If you do this correctly, both hits will land and you can immediately jump for up to 2 follow-up air horizontal strikes. This requires a lot of practice and is pretty inconsistent, especially on terrain, but if you can land it, it's stylish as hell and is the second highest damage normal combo in the game. The more practical variation is the zero combo. The zero version of the combo is the uppercut, but instead of attacking, you wait to land and then horizontal strike into a short hop air horizontal strike.
Gotta space it out.
It is much easier and more consistent, and I highly recommend you do this combo to maximize your katana combo damage. The katana's last important combo is the parry combo. If you parry an opponent, after the retaliation animation is done, you can jump horizontal strike to get a free hit on a grounded opponent. Unlike the katana and spear, the dagger has no attack into a guaranteed launch. Instead, it has 2 separate uppercuts. The normal crouch version comes first. After an uppercut, you can get 2 distinct combos. The first is the most practical. It's simply 2 horizontal strikes into a vertical strike. The second is a little more complex, and I would only advise doing on flat ground. You start off with the normal uppercut into 2 horizontal strikes, but instead of doing the vertical, you stop and wait to hit the ground. After you land, short hop into 2 horizontal strikes followed by a vertical. Even though the opponent is on the ground, all of this is guaranteed and does massive damage. The dagger's horizontal focus strike is unique in that it is also a launch. Thankfully, the combo routes are exactly the same. The Greatsword and the longsword have very few combos and most are character specific. The most you get out of these is the normal launch into horizontal or vertical strike. These weapons instead rely on their gimmicks of stone form and ranged attacks to do their damage. As for the chainsaw is a meme.
Yeet, yeet.
It has no combos and simultaneously all of them. It's important to note that these combos can become quite unreliable on unequal surfaces like hills or rooftops. Well, the whole game becomes unreliable on rooftops. But for the most part, these are the optimal punishes for getting a launch. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.